Welcome back, Pokemon League Championship fans, to Season 5, Week 5. We have our Season 5 replays today. We only have 3 again, due to some unfortunate circumstances. I mean, a lot of it has to do with the fact that we can't save replays because of some stuff that Game Freak decided to take out of the game, but we'll see if we get those in the future. We don't have any timeouts this week, so we don't have to worry about anybody timing out on their match and losing because of the timeouts, even though that's another thing that Game Freak has kind of cursed us with this generation. Today we'll be doing some light giveaways over the Pokemon Global Trade System. If you guys want some Pokemon, let us know in chat which Pokemons you're looking for GTS trades, and we will get those out to you from Magikarps and other stuff. If you want to involve yourself, ask for a very specific Pokemon, hit the follow button and let us know, and then message us, and we'll see if we can get you a special Pokemon for the follow. We're just gonna kick it off today because I don't even have co-hosts. It's just me today doing the stream alone, and that's how it's going to be. So the match you see up is actually not the first match, so let me get that right first. This is my match, and we weren't that bad, just so you guys know. We were fine. So we're going to skip back to this one. Oh my god, he starts it out. Zach! He doesn't record properly. Okay, so I'm going to get Zach's team preview up here, and while I do that, I'll give you guys an example of somebody else's preview. We're in week 5, so we'll just kick it off with somebody that's not viewable yet. Rename. Match preview. Alright, cool. So this is a match preview that you guys can see right now. That's the one for I Am Kid Sid versus Justin. Let me pull up Zach's here, wherever his is. Oh wait. We don't even have... Oh yeah, it's this one, right? Yeah, gotcha. Alright, cool. Sorry about that, guys. So we had Justin versus I Am Kid Sid. I Am Kid Sid normally records his match for us, but he wasn't able to do that this week because he had to fly to Florida for business. With that in mind, we just have his results in his preview here. Zach versus Jordan. Week 5 preview. There we go. All right, so I got Zach's preview ready to go. This is Steven's team versus Justin's. Steven, old time player. He's been around for a while. He's done like 2 seasons or whatever. Justin, kind of a newer player, but he's had a victory or 2 against some of the previous players, and he's been doing pretty well. With Steven, you see a lot of man's got a lot of dragons. He's got Flapple right now. He's not bringing Dracovish, even though that's probably his best Pokemon. He's brought Butterfree almost every week. As far as the dragons go, though, he also has that Flygon, which he has also brought every week. We're seeing his Dreadnought for the first time, his Flapple for the first time. We've seen him use Chandelure, but I don't think to really good effect. So it'll be fun to see him use that, except we won't get to see it this week again because he didn't have a replay. And then we have the Raichu Alola, which we just got access to. He's using that versus Justin, and his Butterfree. No doubt sashed and ready to deal out double... It just hits people with double statuses. It's a pretty good disrupt play. It can also set up Tailwind if you want to go down that route as well, if it's just going to take a hit. So he's got some cool stuff that he can do. Yeah, I like the cohesion here a lot more. I think that he's got some really good team. Like, he's got some fast, some slow mons. He's got Tailwind ability. He's got some nice hitters. Hustle on that Flapple is pretty powerful. It can do some damage. It can also miss quite a lot. We'll see how that does for him. Justin over here bringing in DDD Male, setting up his terrains. He's got a Slurpuff as well, which is a pretty awesome Pokemon to pair those together. Kingler, I'm hoping that's the G-Max Kingler. We won't get to see it again because we don't have a replay, but he's got Kingler available on his team, and that's really awesome. Manectric, who we just got, I think, unlocked through the Pokemon Home release. And then his Orbeetle, which he's been using a little bit. He's used it in most matches, I think. He's had some success, but really Orbeetle tends to let him down lately. And then Umbreon, who's was just voted, I think, most popular evolution, if I'm not mistaken, and one of the top Pokemon of the decade, I think they were doing. I mean, Pokemon of the year, but it's 2020, so we can finish that up. This team versus Stevens, I'm not sure. I think Steven has advantage here. He's definitely got a lot of really good Pokemon to take out Justin, but then Justin has some bulky Pokemon too, and really powerful Pokemon. So let's see what the results of that was. I am Kid Sid versus Justin. Here we go. Boom. All right, so apparently this would have been the best match of the week. It's the only match that has only one Pokemon remaining, and that would make it Steven, aka I am Kid Sid's victory. What's up in the chat, Cleaner? That's good to see you again. Wish you was in the Discord, but I understand you got stuff going on. Anyway, he's got one Pokemon left versus Justin's 6 pick Pokemon missing. So he gets a +1. Justin gets a -1. Not a bad loss, but also pretty clutch victory there. Not going to get him a lot of points, but he does get a win for it. And I'm sure that was a really fun match. I super wish that we had access to watching it, but we totally fucking don't. Nobody's fault there except for, maybe the fact that timing couldn't match up. Let me get this to a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look who it is.
I was watching the stream. He said, "Clean, get in here." I was like, "My boy Ian, I got you, bro."
All right, let me get you. Let me.
2 seconds.
I'll just tell you the match orders. We're gonna start with Zach and Jordan. Yeah, I know, right? Like, which way is it gonna go? And Zach continues to record the matches like in not a good order. But I don't know if you were listening to what I was saying about Justin versus Steven. We missed the replay, but like it got down to last Pokemon here. Like I would have loved to have seen that. Plus we got to see like he had Kingler out there. Steven was bringing Flapple. Like there was a lot of really cool stuff that they were both bringing that I really wanted to see, and it resulted in a 1-0. So like I can only imagine how good a match that was. Steven said it was really good, and look, he got the contact lenses in. It also looks like Justin redid his outfit too. All right, I got to get my outfit game up, man. Like
same, bro.
like
Same.
these guys are styling on me. I wonder if there's a way I can just unlock all outfits.
I'm pretty sure there's like a code for that. I think they had it in like the past game.
I mean, they did, but like the way that PK Hex works is a little bit different, so it's like so difficult to like. I mean, you could do stuff like items, but I didn't see anything about the clothes.
That's fine.
But we'll figure that out later, and we don't hack here, so whatever. This is the result for Steven versus Justin. That was a good match. Now, since we actually have the footage for this, but Zach keeps recording it at the wrong spot, this is this is Jordan versus Zach's team preview. I think that you were saying that you really liked Jordan's team composition in this, so I'm gonna let you take Jordan. Yeah, I'm gonna let you take Jordan's team, and then I'm gonna take Zach's team if you want to lead us off.
Yeah, sure. So, as you know, last week we had a bit of a roast session. We'll be honest.
We were going in on just Jordan last week.
Yeah, we pretty much tore into him, but again, in the midst of all everything that was said, the main goal was just we know
like
the type of
get it together
that Jordan is exactly. So it was a bit surprising to see some of the plays he made, but this team just off the bat, I love the way how it's set up. Now he has his two trick room setters. He has Doug Klops, he has Coffee Burgers. I haven't seen the match, so I'm not sure which one's gonna set it up.
Yeah, you think
Two
this is
very,
true? I mean, yeah, it's a pretty slow fucking team there. Yeah.
very slow, but Mike, it's really bulky, which is good. He's taking advantage of the bulk on his team, and all he has to do is just go first. So I'm happy that he's bringing two trick room setters. He brings the weakness policy Lapras, which I was really hoping to see because I'm like,
Lapras can pretty much eat one of whatever you're gonna like. Like you're not really Oko and Lapras in for most part.
Exactly. So the weakness policy, like just for that, as you said.
Especially if he sets up Aurora Veil.
With I'm assuming that this Lapras is Gigantamax, so it does get up the free veil from the move. So I'm really happy to see that he has a Life Orb Goodra pretty good. His team is very bulky. Extremely bulky. Like everything on his team can take a decent amount of hits. He has the Solvest Mudsdale. I know he's been experimenting with like kind of like a beat up set, you know, just to get the stamina.
Yeah, but I don't really see that here. You know what I mean? Like,
I think maybe with more Pico, but since it's Scarf, I highly doubt.
And I also think that like, I think that was one of the things we were roasting on him was that he kept going for that same beat up strat. Like he did that like 3 weeks in a row, pretty much. And it's like, yes, like your Mudsdale is good, but like don't keep trying the same thing.
Right. It wasn't a bad idea. It's just I just felt like the timing of it was always like off, because you know it would be like, oh, Mudsdale lead turn 1. Let me just set up, you know, the beat up, and I'm gonna go straight for, you know, a Dynamax. So maybe that I feel like that's something you say even late game to completely switch the momentum from your opponent to you.
Now I feel a little weird about Morpeko with the Choice Scarf because like Morpeko's Aura Wheel gives it a speed boost already. And also this looks like a very heavy Trick Room team, so I'm really curious about like this Morpeko, you know?
I think it was mostly there for Inteleon. That's the or like Lipard, even Lipard that's prankster. But Inteleon mostly because if Zach did bring
Colossal, who has been doing work.
He didn't bring it this week, but as you said, like even in my match against Zach, it completely like annihilated me. So just getting rid of the Inteleon so that it doesn't, you know, Aqua Jet attack the steam engine.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And yeah, man, I'm really happy with, you know, the way this team looks right now, and I'm really excited to see how this match gets started.
Word, yeah. Zach's team, I mean, he's coming in with some slow Pokemon too. Zach also has a pretty heavy Trick Room team in general, and the things that are fast have access to priority moves like Aqua Jet and then Prankster with the Lipard as well as like Fake Out. So it's kind of like a double, like this is like a slow team versus a slow team right here. I don't know if Zach's going Trick Room, but he has his DDD female and his Hatterene in there. And usually those two combo really well with Trick Room. I mean, Hatterene is arguably the best Trick Room setter, or one of, you know, definitely one of. And then he has Prankster access with the Lipard, who now also has shit like Toxic and some other moves, you know, like really crazy stuff that he can do. I know he was a bit distracted this week, plus they had to schedule the match late, so I mean, I'm ready to kick that off if you haven't pulled up.
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second. Just okay.
Fanmare, get the fuck off of me, dude. My cat's being all over me. Alright. I'm gonna make my webcam visible again. See, he's up on my shoulder. Alright, so I'm ready. You ready?
Which timestamp? Just to be
0, just like 0.0.
Alright.
Alright, get off of me, cat. Don't come back, dude. Like, chill. Alright, so, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, go. And see, like, he records it and it just kicks off. It's like, nice, I guess. Like, he's trying to cut down on the time.
Those cards, man. I'm trying to see those.
Yeah, I know the cards too. Like, and then like also like the match preview. Like, I'm gonna take the time to fucking record the match anyway. But he gets. I guess he doesn't want people seeing his thought process of choosing his openers. I don't know, Zach. His ground.
Yeah, the ground type Silvally. Nothing on the field can stop this Cofagrigus from setting up Trick Room, just from how bulky it is. I'm curious to see what Jordan does with the Morpeko first turn.
So he goes for the Aura Wheel. It's electric type, I think, naturally. Focus Sash on that, obviously. And then here comes that. I think he's definitely going to do like multi-attack ground, right? Is that what he chose?
I think he hit Shadow Ball.
Ooh, he was really trying to shut down that setup.
Right.
Or at least do a good amount of damage, which he did succeed in doing that.
You know, these attacks are super effective, but they don't have any stab behind them.
Yeah.
Cofagrigus actually doesn't go for the Trick Room. He goes off for the Will-O-Wisp, which actually is a really good move on Jordan's part, only because he does still have, you know, he has Dusclops in the back.
And he's got Morpeko with the Choice Scarf right now, so now he's outspeeding everything. And now his his Aura Wheel's a dark type, so he can hit that ground type if he wants, you know what I mean, for free. Or he can go ahead and finish off the Yusuke, which he might just do with the Cofagrigus at this point. I mean, but the Cofagrigus is probably going to die.
And since Zach is running a mixed sets for the Still Valley, I'm assuming since it does have the Shadow Ball, also has the Grass Pledge.
Yeah.
The multi attacks that aren't going to be doing nearly as much as you know.
Yeah. And Cofagrigus could just protect bait right now, or even switch bait. Like, kind of Jordan has a lot of control over this turn right now. I mean, if he protect baits, like, clearly Zach is trying to target the Cofagrigus and get it out of there. Like, that's a big Pokemon that you have to take down eventually anyway. So, like, he's just having a hard time. And there goes the countdown, so he's got to make a choice. There you go. All right, he's picking the Morpeko, and he's going for the protect, trying to bait out a double, or, yeah, the attack. Just get a free one.
I'm not too sure on the protect. I probably would have sacked Inteleon, to be honest. I know that the Morpeko would have got the speed boost, but I feel like if Jordan wants to go, damn, that did a lot.
Surprisingly bulky though for Morpeko to survive that. And if he had done Aura Wheel on the Silvally, like, who knows how much damage he would have done, because it was a dark type at that time. And he still would have got the speed boost. And, like, you can kind of see that protector switch, like, you know, like you were saying, Yusuke should have just done something.
Okay, it makes sense why he did it, but I probably would have just sacked the Inteleon at this point, only because I just feel like once it comes in, if Jordan does get Trick Room up, if Trick Room isn't up, Inteleon's like the fastest thing on both sides, but as of right now, the Morpeko speeds it.
Yeah.
And once Trick Room goes up, it's not really going to be that much of a factor.
And I did see the Trick Room on his Hatterene, so he does this is kind of a Trick Room team for Zach too. Alright, here comes the Aura Wheel Electric going into the electric Pokemon, still doing a pretty good amount of damage. Like,
God, yeah, like, that's still a decent chunk, and you know,
I mean, here's the L.
It's kind of bulky, so I'm surprised that did.
Yeah, I mean, it's super special bulky, so like it's not as bulky in regular defense, but even still, it's really bulky, like you're saying. So like, I mean, that much damage. Yeah, that Morpeko don't play.
The Trick Room goes off, and the Morpeko just did pretty much what it was supposed to. It was just supposed to handle that Inteleon, whether or not Colossal was on Zach's team, whether it wasn't, because now it's just practically it's literally 1 HP, and now the Trick Room's up, so now he's pretty much free to send out this Mudsdale and start eating.
All right, so he's got that Grass Pledge. So yeah, let me see how much Grass Pledge does, or Energy Ball, man. Just hit him with the Energy Ball. But we know that it's vested, so. Zach's thinking, where does he want to go with it? I mean, yeah, Cofagrigus though. Don't you count him out, man. Just leaving it alone. All right, so we get the ally switch.
Wow.
Bloop. Zach's like, shake my head. That's some like
There's
unexpected shit.
no way.
And the
What?
flinch. Oh, the flinch, bro.
He did not just ally switch him like that.
Yo, that's pretty
The
fucking clean. That
read,
was clean,
bro.
dude.
The read.
That was really
Oh,
clean,
Jordan.
Jordan. Man, he
I
did
should
not
start
take
roasting you
that.
every week.
I know,
Start
right?
roasting you every week.
He did not take that shit lying down.
Bro, that was so sick. I'll give it to him because I would never in like a million years would have seen that coming.
Nah, not at all.
That's insane.
And he could have just double target. I mean, even if he did double target the Mudsdale, it would have just killed the Coffer Gigas there, which would have done his job.
Whew. That was.
And now he pulls it out. He said, "Let me pad my score." Brings in the Gudra. We get a rock slide off again. Victory Viper gets finished off, dude.
Ooh,
Didn't even get to go off. You hate to see it. Oh, he was calling another ally switch. He thought he was going to ally switch again.
Oh, no.
Zach's probably tilted right now. Tilted hard as fuck.
No, he didn't ally switch. I forgot that Gudra has Sap Simber, so it's like you can't really.
He's like, even if he calls this, Mudsdale's going to survive it. And then 2, if he doesn't call it and he thinks I do ally switch, I just get a free switch in.
Jordan with the
text, right bro. Now, like, bruh.
Oh my God.
Jordan's on another level. I'm not looking forward to playing him this week now, man. I'm gonna need to scrim.
Yeah, Zach's he's in a real tough position. I think. I don't know, man. Yeah, that's probably smart. If he, Gigants maxes the Hatterene and just tries to kill the Gudra, man, at fit. Because at this point, you need to get the ball rolling, and then the misty terrain stops.
Priority.
Any status that may come, any status that may come his way, and then he gets the boost on the fairy type attacks. Is that?
Alright, so he's just doing Dazzling Gleam, man. He would have definitely O-coded the Gudra with the max.
I would have Dynamax there, personally, because now Mudsdale gets the boost from stamina, and it's still vested, and that did it.
There goes the, yep. So this is downhill, bad news bears.
Yeah. Hatterene is super slow just in general. Like, I think it's like base 20 speed, so it's definitely gonna move first.
Yeah, it's
every time.
It's such a good Trick Room Pokemon. But as J Wade would say, Trick Room sucks.
So now the Psychic Surge comes out. Let me see.
That thing hits like a fucking truck with the Psychics. Alright, where are you going with it, Zach?
I didn't see,
man, he's
I
making
didn't see the moves he had on his Indeedee.
He had Psychic on it though. I think Heal Pulse. I didn't actually pay attention. I know he had Psychic on it.
Here, to be honest, and just went for the max Mindstorm, then whatever happens at this point.
Yeah. I mean, but you know how he feels about maxing injured Pokemon. And his whole team is basically injured at this point.
Oh, yeah, but it's not too crazy from, like...
Wait till later. Really bulky, like, bro. It depends on the Pokemon and it depends on the situation. But yeah, I would have Dynamaxed last turn.
That t-shirt is fire. I don't know if you saw that t-shirt with the Shuckle.
Oh.
Shirt with ooh, get up close.
Eating that curry?
That's awesome.
Max on the Gudra? No, Mudsdale. Why not? Why not?
If this Mudsdale hits max quick one, I think that's pretty much game. So I don't think there's nothing on this team now that can stop it from just going off.
Oh.
He went for the follow me, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's bad.
Stop.
Come on. Come on. Nope, it's maxed. It's oh. You hate to see it.
Unfortunately, man. I think that's game. Cause I'm like now Muzdale's at +2 defense. I'm about to get the
Special defense boost.
from Max Quake. He's already assault vested, so it's not looking good for our boy. It's not looking good for our
This
boy.
is why
And
we
then,
do things like toxic.
and then Guja, who already is that's one of the crazy special defense stats just in general, isn't dying to like anything that isn't a physical attack.
All right, now he's going for the max mind storm. He can't decide.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be.
Already got the special defense boost, man. You got psychic terrain up. You got stab. Like, that's the right call, if I'm not mistaken.
It's just super slow though, and I'm like,
oh yeah, it is gonna move second. Oh shit.
I mean, he could follow me. Too.
But he's trying to heal it to make the max worth it in his mind, I guess, because he's using heal pulse on it. He really can't. All right, here we go. He's again choosing heal pulse.
There you go.
He can't decide, man. He's like, fuck it, dazzling gleam, hit them both, do what I can. Oh my god! He magic bounced his own heal pulse. I don't even know if he knew that was possible. Did he fucking? Oh, and she would have ate that. Oh no, Zach! Best laid plans of mice and men. Oh, and there it goes. This is game.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
2 HP he survives by. 2 HP, and then the sand. That's it.
This game is awesome.
Peace out. Peace out, bro. Oh. We got 3 minutes left, basically, and game's over. The sand guaranteed gonna kill Yusuke no matter what. So why even target anything else but the Lipard? Lipard's got a dead eject button. Nothing he could do about it. Yeah, so this is game here. That Mudsdale cannot die to either of these Pokemon. It can't be faked out. It has one more turn of max. So now we're just trying to get a score up. He's going for the max just for... Fuck it!
Yeah, I have to at that point. Might as well try to, you know.
And then if Zach doesn't target him and he does set up the rain, you know, he could get some scores. But
I hit knockoff on the Gudra.
Oh.
And then just to try to get like the 4.
Yeah, right. I mean, you don't want the 5s hurt. Let me tell you from experience. Did I get a 4 on you, or did you get a 5 on me?
I think you think
he gets 1 more HP.
I think you got the 5. He went from 1 to 2. That's funny. But yeah, I think you got the 5 with me at some point. I think it was like
no, I meant like did this last week? Did you get 5 or 4?
4.
Oh damn. Luckily, I didn't get the 5 yet. But you set up the rain, or he sets up the rain. Stamina goes off. So if Zach, I'm saying, so if Zach doesn't target the Yusuke, thinking, oh, never mind. Here comes this. There goes another sand. Sand set up now. So that's it. GG.
G. What is that? A 5-0?
That's a 5-0.
Jordan with the comeback. Okay. Remind me to roast him like this every stream that I'm on.
There he goes, man. And unfortunately, that is the way she goes for this match. Jordan takes the swift 5-0. There's the cards. They haven't changed since last week. Mine hasn't changed either, so I'm not judging.
Heck of a game, though.
Really great game.
Like I know that the differential is what it is, but that was still a really good game. That was unfortunate.
I mean, there was just some really good calls on Jordan's part, I think, you know.
Yeah. the ally switch to me was insane. Is the thing with the heel post miss being rejected, actually being rejected.
Oh, that was
Magic
wild. Yeah,
Bounce,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
What is her other ability? Like, is this? I mean, she has a hidden ability. Hang on,
I think Magic Bounce
Heterine.
is the hidden ability. I think it's like anticipation or
Then
something.
that's like not really good. So she has healer. At the end of the turn, there's a 30% chance of either ally being healed from a status engine. That kind of sucks. Anticipation and then magic bounce. Um, so
Yeah, so
yeah. I mean, you
Magic
would
Bounce
just
is the
have
best
magic
of the three.
bounce. Yeah, you would just have that on there. That sucks.
Yeah, it's it's his first loss though, so I'm like he'll be okay.
Oh yeah, is that his first loss?
Yes, sir. I
So
think he
you
was
know,
the only undefeated to that point.
boom. Jordan takes a swift 5-0 against number one spot. Uh, feeling good about himself, I'm sure, going into our match next week. Yeah, all right, Jordan, I see you. You shouldn't have done well this week because now I'm on guard. Um, but let me pull up a match preview before we go into the next match, and we'll talk about the match preview and then the results. That is Mike versus Brian.
Sir.
Another match we don't have a replay for, unfortunately. This is Mike's. This seems like a pretty sick team he's got up here. He's obviously trying to set up electric terrain so he can bust off those seeds with the Unburdened Exceligor. That's the fastest Pokemon in the entire meta once it gets
Mhm.
unburdened off. I mean, Rhyperior in general just does work lately. It's just good Pokemon for this, especially with maxing. He got that Bronzong with, what was that, White Herb?
That is a mental herbs. Stuff like
Oh,
taunt, keep
okay,
your
yeah.
Pokemon
So if we
off.
try to taunt, so he can do whatever setup he's trying to do. Citrus Berry on the Togekiss, which that's just gonna get some flinches off, probably trying for those. That's like a Capsule Berry or something like that. I think that one does. That one cuts out like rock damage. I think,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken. We'll look into it. Um, and then the life orb on the Puncheron. Let me look at this. Let me look at Puncheron, man. Hang on. I don't know much about Puncherons yet. Puncheron, Cerebi. I prefer Cerebi for things like this. I find Cerebi
Same,
is
same.
like more accurate in a lot of ways, but then like Smogon is good for set details. All right, so this Pokemon is slow as fucking shit. It's got 15 speed, but it has 95 base defense and 85 special defense. Only has 48 HP. This stats are actually really good for, especially for like Trick Room, because it has 48 HP, but it has 95 defense, 85 special defense, and then it has 101 attack and 91 special attack. So it can go either way, and it's
Mhm.
bulky. So he's got the life orb on it. I don't know what he's going for. Does it have its own special move? Maybe acupuncture? Huh. Okay. So he's just gonna go for some swift hits, really. That's what it
Right.
looks like. It also has access to fucking Sucker Punch. That's wild.
Yeah.
All right, man. This Pokemon is low key
Has
tight. Like,
no arms, bro.
yeah. So that's what he's going with it. I already said what the Exceligor is there for. You want to talk about Brian's team? It's a
Yeah,
little
man.
weird.
I don't know what he's going for. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Good stuff. Dot team.
Yeah, it's he has a lot of heavy special attacking hitters like the Hydreigon, the Toxic. I have to pronounce this right. Toxicity.
Toxicity. Yeah,
Okay,
that's it.
something like that. I'm assuming that's either a Gigantamax one, or you could just Gigantamax Corviknight. Corviknight, extremely bulky, really nice typing. The Flying Steel type is
Ability is
in
great.
my opinion, is one of the best typings in the game. Mirror Armor is also Prism Armor, whatever it's called,
It's
is also really good.
Mirror Armor. I think you're right.
And then the Rebombi, I'm not too sure about
So
it. Especially
Rabambi does shit like Pheromosa with like speed swap shenanigans, and then
no, yeah,
also
that's a
it hits pretty
that's
hard.
yeah the like I'm not sure if in this match specifically if Mike does get up Trick Room because I'm just like the main thing that Rebombi is known
Could
for
you
is being super
imagine?
fast.
Oh, dude, could you imagine like he sets up he sets up Trick or no, he sets up Electric Terrain, gets the Unburden, and then Rabombi speed swaps with the Exceligor. Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, that'd be nuts. Let me see. He has Toxapex, also very slow, but you know, Toxapex is not being extremely bulky, especially in singles and doubles. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm being completely honest, but it's there just to, you know, be a tank, which is good. Then he has the Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime has a lot of good support moves. It gets Fake Out. It gets Encore, I believe. There's a certain mime that you get like Follow Me, if I'm
Yeah, if you get
mistaken.
a special mime, there's some mimes out there with Follow Me.
You know, I like to also just reinforce the point that, you know, this league is not a hacking league, so I don't know
Nah.
where these people get these mimes
It's
from.
from Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. It's the Shadow Mime from that Pokemon, and it happened to know one of his Shadow moves turns into Follow Me, and that's the only way to
I
get
think
it.
I found one of those. But
Yeah, I found one of those just floating
that's
around on the
exactly
GTS.
pretty much, man. But yeah, in terms of Brian's team, that's all I got this time.
All right, cool. So let's switch into those results. It's gonna take you a second to see them, so I'm gonna just wait for your reaction from my reaction. But I'm gonna be like, all right, let's see. Mike versus Brian. Here we go. God, I wish I could have seen it. Wish I could have seen it.
Same.
You can kind of see it's a little low cut there, but you can see the score is. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir. Mike
So
with the solid 3-0,
yeah,
maintaining.
his position probably. He might even go up with Zach's loss. Who knows?
I think with Zach's loss and the fact that Dan had a bye, even though I think Mike was on top of Dan.
Yeah, no, Brian.
Regardless,
Or actually, the top four was like
it was Zach.
it was Zach,
It was
Mike,
Mike,
Aris, and
Dan.
Stephen B.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
Stephen
weird.
B.
It was weird.
I see.
So it was weird. So Mike takes the Swift 2-0, and that brings us to our next match, which is me versus the aforementioned Stephen B. I record at the right time, and so you can actually see my team preview. I'll talk a little bit about my team. Everybody wanted to talk shit about Dual Blade, like Dual Blade couldn't do work. Everybody was like, "Nah, that's a bad trade."
No.
I wasn't asking for anything fancy for him.
Hold on. Listen. I try to get those swords off of Stephen B since before we even start, like the weekend.
And I got him for you, bro. I would have taken Vaporeon for him.
Shut up. Whatever.
So, I got the swords because I'm like, nah, I'm gonna show these people what these swords can do.
Okay.
Ninetales just setting up. First of all, this is my only chance to really use Ninetales because I picked her up last weekend, and I immediately traded her after this week to Dan for Komomo, which is a trade offer I had actually offered Stephen B before Stephen B traded Como to Dan, but whatever. I got the Komomo for the same thing that I wanted it for in the first place, which was the Ninetales. And Ninetales' only purpose on my team is pretty much good special attacker that can set up Veil. It's a great Ice type, a great Fairy type, and it's got good speed tier actually. Like it's a pretty good Pokemon actually. I don't regret getting rid of it though because you know, if you look at my team, which we don't have a full spectrum up right now, but I have a lot of good Pokemon, not necessarily a cohesive team, but like a lot of really good Pokemon, and I felt like Como with his weaknesses, I had the fillers to support his weaknesses, and he got a little bit better with some of his new moves and with Throat Spray, and he's a good mixed attacker. He can be physical or special. So like for me, that was really important because I had a lot of really good physical attackers in the beginning, but I didn't have a lot of good special attackers, and I feel like I've rounded it off now, and so I traded him for that. Anyway, Durant, I didn't. Not gonna say what happens, but I finally figuring out how to use Durant a little more, and since Pokemon Home's release, it has access to Hone Claws now. Which, if you don't know what that does, it increases its accuracy by 1 stage, and then it also increases its attack by 1 stage, and it has access to Hustle. So I can use Hone Claws with Hustle, and basically not lose my accuracy. Pretty cool strategy. Thanks, Zach. And that brings me over to the Raichu, who's there to support my low tick, but also to do some good damage. My low tick has a flame orb on it, and so that's going to trigger its marble scale automatically, and I can't be toxic. So I get I'm already bulky in special defense. I have a pretty good defense, and then that raises my defense with marble scale as I'm burned. The Raichu also is a physical attacker instead of the special attacker I've been using, with access to knockoff and volt tackle. And I brought Cinderace just to round it out. Cinderace has access to a bunch of the stuff that he's weak to. It's fast, it hits hard, and I put a Figgy Berry on it.
Hell of a squad.
Pretty good composition there. For Pokemon that don't really match together, I think I did a good job.
You're so petty. You're so petty. We got the homie Stephen B. You know.
Oh, do we talk about the
nice
we talk about the elephant in the room on his team here?
Oh yes. So apparently, I don't know the full situation. I'll just be going off the post. Ian, you can confirm whether or not what's going on. Apparently, for Stephen B, he did not have Arctazol on his team for almost 2, maybe 3 weeks.
He actually never had it on his team. He never once had it on his team. You had it on your team, and then you dropped it to the wire. But he's been using it for 3 weeks. He has Arctovish on his team. Never once has he used that Pokemon. He's been confusing Arctovish for Arctozolt this whole time. And so I technically shouldn't have even had to worry about this Pokemon, but here it is. On
He's
his
a
team.
good guy, so you know.
Yeah, we let it slide, but now he knows that he has Arctovish and not Arctozolt. But Arctozolt is free to snipe on the wire if anybody wants him.
I want the Arctovish. I didn't even know he had that. I thought he had Dracozolt this not Dracozolt, Arctozolt this whole time.
Yeah, nah, bro. Although Dracozolt, you know, I like that Pokemon. Anyway, you were saying about his team?
Stephen B with the heavy trick room, like the real, like the king of trick room in terms of just like what he has. Everything on his team is just super fucking slow. Like everything is just super slow, and it's just like I don't want to say we've seen this before, but I'm just gonna assume that the trick room setter is the Reuniclus for some reason. I don't know if like the Gorgeist has Trick Room, but when we saw him last time, the Gorgeist didn't Trick Room, and once I think he faced Zach, and when Zach got that taunt off on that Reuniclus, it was just fair game, and he pretty much won. I don't want to say with no problem, but it was pretty. So you know, his team is super slow.
And like Steven's team, bro, like. When he fought Stevens, when it was the Battle of the Stevens, when it was I Am Kid Sid versus him, he got this clean Trick Room victory. And I told him, I was like, bro, I'm just going to say, don't ever expect it to be that easy with your squad again. Like, not only did we just see what you did, but most people are ready for that type of shit.
I'm looking at his team on my phone, and there's a lot of slow ass Pokemon.
Yeah, he basically has built a Trick Room team.
The only thing I see that isn't super slow is like Obstagoon. And maybe Double. But
yeah, man. I haven't even he hasn't even used Double.
Man, I'll take it. No, I'm joking. But just, you know, you gotta switch it up. I'm not gonna spoil you the outcome of this match, but I don't want to say this is pretty much the team he brought against Zach, but it is pretty much the team he brought against Zach, maybe with a few switches.
Yeah, because he got the Alcremie now, and he got the Turtonator.
He just brought in Arctazol.
That he doesn't have, but that's straight. Because I saw it and I was like, huh, and I didn't even think about it. And then like I was sitting there like looking at the teams. And I'm like, wait a second, and I'm pretty sure he's been using that. So I like went back and I looked at the transactions to see if he ever had it. First of all, and he didn't. And then I looked at the roster and I saw that it was just sitting on the bench. And I went through his all of his replay stamps, and I was like, here it is against Zach. First of all, here it is versus me. Here it is against Zach. Here it is against Steven. He brought it every week.
So I don't, it definitely was.
He also had a bye week. So that means he literally brought it every single week that he's played.
Exactly. Again, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a malicious intent, because again, he hasn't played since week 1. It'll be different if he knew it and switched it up and knew it again. But it's you could clearly see he had it.
He's a newbie, so we let it slide. But I was actually super drunk. That's your one.
That's one time.
I was actually super drunk when we did this, and he had actually been like, "Oh, you want to do it tomorrow?" I was like, "Yeah, let's just do it tomorrow, I guess, whatever," because I was really drunk. And we get to talking shit in chat as we do, and he was like, "Yo, I'll take you right fucking now, bro. Like, you told me you wanted to wait," and I was like,
"No." He didn't call you bro. He called you boy.
Oh.
3 times he called you boy. I was like, bro, you're not gonna talk to you like
and I was like, all right, throw hands. I set up the stream deck immediately. I was like, plug stuff in. I was like, let's go then. What's good? And I'm hammered, and friggin' we got, and I hadn't really even practiced because nobody could scrim with me at the time. So I was just like, let's go ham. I practiced against, literally, I played people online, and some of them were legendaries and stuff, but I played 2 people online.
5 times that night.
Oh, yeah, you did play me that, man. I was drunk, I told you.
All right.
So, all right, we're going to kick this off. You ready?
Yes.
All right.
We are on which time step?
Just 0-0.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready. 1,
2, 3, go. So, I'm ready for the match. I'm excited about it. Well, I'm not ready at all, but I had my plan in order, and I had played with my team a little bit, so I was familiar with what they could do. Hone Edge or Dual Blade is really good, but if you don't get it in the right situation, or you don't you don't get it out in a situation where it's not really threatened by anything, it's a little bit harder to make it do all of what it can do. Especially on a team like mine that doesn't have any Trick Room setters.
This is a fact.
So, some people might be like, that's a weird pick, but yeah, whatever, fuck you guys. So, he's still got the fly outfit on. I can dig it.
Wow, bro.
And he's going to use Alcremie a little bit better than Dan ever could.
You're talking your shit today.
Yeah. So I see this, and I'm like, all right, if he gets up Trick Room, he gets up Trick Room. I'm not even going to go for the fake out because that's obvious. I'm going to go for the knockoff on the Renew. I really made my decision. Do you see how drunk I am? I made my decision immediately. I was like, I'm gonna set up Veil since he sets up Trick Room, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just knock off that dude.
Yeah, I mean, once the Veil of Unifer goes box, I'm just like, at this.
Outspeeds everything.
Yeah, you outspeed, and even if you get Trick Room up, you still have that consistent.
And so I hit him with the knockoff, and then he is in the chat predictable, and I was like, what? He goes for Decorate. Now he got the boost off of that already, and he had Life Orb on him. He was trying to set up Renewlicus to go off. But I put up Veil and I took his Life Orb off with the knockoff, so I'm feeling pretty good. But Trick Room is up, so he's super fast now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do? I decided to go for the other knockoff just to finish him off. I know that with that boost, he's not gonna protect with it, and he has Trick Room up, so if my Raichu can survive, he's gonna kill it, and I'm going for the free Blizzard too, hoping for a freeze.
You're going fast. I'm you're probably the fastest so far I've ever seen on stream.
Yeah, I told you I was ready for it, man. Because I once you get familiar with your team, if you make your team and you play with it a little, you know what they can do. And so I was ready and I was drunk. So he gets the Psychic off, but the Veil makes it so I survive by 49 HP. The Dazzling Gleam, I'm biting my finger. Oh, and I survive by 13. I get the knockoff kill, and then And then, what's up, Persephone? Come on, bring it home. This is when I knew I had it. I hit the blizzard, and I just get the cheeky freeze.
Oh, you hate to you hate to see it.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the controller, like, nah. I get my setup, he kills it, and then he freezes me.
I'm surprised he didn't just go for Dynamax right there. To be honest.
Oh yeah, that would have been pretty smart actually. I don't know if he would have survived, but it's highly likely. But then the blizzard would have killed him. So.
True.
But that Max Mind, so actually, yeah, because if he had done,
first,
he would have killed, yeah. So he fucked up. I mean, whatever. I'll take it. So right now I'm like, all right, he's probably predicted me resetting my Raichu, so I'm just going to go for the Volt Tackle into the Alcremie that's frozen to get some damage. And now seems like a really good time to get out my Lotic for a free switch, free burn from my Flame Orb, and there's nothing that Turtonator is going to do or that Alcremie is going to do to my Milotic. It's just free setup for her.
Mm.
And I also avoid the Heat Wave, so like, that was pretty big.
Yeah, well, that would have done much regardless, even if it hit.
Yeah, because again, Veil's up and everything. So I go for the Volt Tackle, almost get the kill, but the ice is going to take it. Trigger my own berry.
That's right, she's putting in work. I see you.
Yeah, and then the Hail takes out the Alcremie that's frozen. So now I'm feeling great.
I'm surprised he didn't flamethrower it like the Alchemy.
Yeah, and then here comes the Flame Orb, I think, after this buff. Yep, there we go. So Marvel Skill's up now. So I am not only really bulky in special defense, but now my defense just got like an extra stage boost too.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Arctozolt, and I'm like, all right, so Raichu's got this thing on him. I'm thinking he's going to assume I'm going to switch it out, so I'm going to keep it in and do a knockoff on the Turtonator, and then get the Lightning Rod. Yeah, because I'm like, why not? And I go for the Protect, which actually that seems like a bad move for me.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But score is 6-4, I believe, right now.
Yeah, that was a weird move, man. Like I said, I was drunk. So he goes for the Hyper Voice, which almost kills the mouse, but the Veil is still fucking up. I get the Lightning Rod boost, and I just go for the knockoff on that guy. I'm like, screw it, knockoff. Now Raichu's pretty much already dead. Hail can definitely kill it next turn if he doesn't target it. He thinks that Lightning Rod is going to be out there to protect Milotic next turn already. Also, I might as well leave it in there because of that. But like, I guess I did decide to leave that in. I go for the second knockoff, hoping for him to get the Bolt Beak off, or I can just get a free death on my Raichu for a distraction. And I'm maxing because it's time for this Milotic to fucking do some damage.
Yes, sir. Got the Maru Scale boost, got the Veil up. Might as well toss some rain in there to get that boost.
Yeah, I'm also hoping that if he doesn't take out my Raichu, which he probably is going to, but if he doesn't, that the rain will not kill Raichu, and then I can go from there. Because the hail would kill him if he didn't.
He Dynamaxed the Pokemon that's not on his team.
yeah, I know, right? I'm sitting there staring at it like, what, man? Come on.
You don't even go here, bro.
You don't even go to this school, bro. What are you doing? So I go for the max, even though I was damaged and burned. I'm sorry, Zach. But again, right now, like, neither of these Pokemon can do anything.
It's so petty. What's wrong with you?
Alright, Mouse gets killed.
A lot of work, though.
And you see, he wasn't even going for the Bolt Beat because he was scared that I would like protect or something and it would survive and get the Lightning Rod. And he gets a special defense boost though, so I can respect that. I'm changing weather now, and I'm hitting Turtonator with a good amount of damage, but it's not enough to kill it. It's a bulky Pokemon, and it's Dragon type, so...
I'm just a bit surprised there. I'm surprised he didn't try to kill the Raichu right there.
I mean, he did. That's why he went for the Hyper Voice, but if I had protected, then he had chosen Max Quake, which would have gotten through and killed it, but instead he killed it anyway, and then he got the max quake off on the Milotic. So now I'm like, fuck it, high jump kick on this guy, and then I think I look back because Trick Room went back to normal last turn, so I'm going first now. High jump kick's going to do a lot of damage, if not all of the damage I need. Not enough, unfortunately. I probably could have gone with Pyro or the sun or the rain was up.
Mm-hmm.
The Turtonator's going to get mopped by this Geyser.
Yep.
And then he goes for the Max Electric to set up. Oh no, he doesn't. What? He goes for the Max Quake. Going on my. Look at this. Eats it. Without the stab bonus, it wasn't enough to kill the bulky bunny.
That Veil's put in a lot of work behind the scenes, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. Yeah, I forgot about the Veil, because I had Light Clay on it. Damn, man, maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of that.
I told you. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, the Veil is putting in work. He actually asked me after, he was like, does Light Clay work on Veil, too? And I was like, yeah. He was like, damn, I thought it was only Light Screen and Reflect. So now I'm like, yo, I need to change this weather up so that my pyro balls can hit hard.
Yo, bro. Yo, you're funny as fuck, bro.
So I go for the protect, hoping to keep that bunny alive. I block the shadow sneak, and then I go ahead and change the fucking weather. Dog.
Why'd you change the weather?
Because the rain was impeding my pyro ball.
Oh, okay.
So I changed the weather up. He goes for max lightning. Eat it. Even with the Veil, I would have ate it. But he does set up electric terrain.
That was you know.
Yep.
Archivist that might have killed.
And this is the look. The hail also triggers my berry for myself. So I trigger the Figgy Berry by changing the weather, and now Pyro Ball is at full power.
I think that's pretty much game.
It is pretty much game, yeah. It's game. We both go down from Dynamax without dying, but now he has no choice but to die, and I get a free kill on the Gorgeist as well because of Ice Beam. So Pyro Ball is going to do work against Arctozolt, and then Ice Beam is just going to kill the Gorgeist. And then he has one Pokemon, which, I mean, you know how the story goes.
Is it comeback season?
And then he just mops all 5 of my Pokemon. No, he could. I mean, like, technically, like, he could have if he did, like, Destiny Bond or something.
What the fuck?
So he Shadow Sneaks the Fae, which doesn't do anything. Even with Veil, it wouldn't have killed. Pyro Ball takes out Arctozolt. Look at that little stop. Alright, so Ice Beam kills the Gorgeist. Now it's game, because his next Pokemon and his last Pokemon is Drampa, and I have High Jump Kick active on this Pokemon.
Oh, the
right
critical
here,
hit.
which was totally unnecessary. The unnecessary crits, that's famous in the league, man. That's how we do the unnecessary crits. Unless you Zac, then you get the highly necessary crits. Oh, there goes Aurora Veil, goes down. I'm surviving by 6 HP after the burn and the hail.
On cue, too.
Yeah.
Protect, Stephen B. Protect.
And so right now, this is what I'm like. I'm like, screw it. I'm going to do this, and then I think I go for the recover. Oh, no, I switch him out. I remember I was talking to you. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to leave it out.
Protect, bro. Protect.
If he protected this turn,
Bro, if he would have protected, that would...
Actually, yeah, because it would have killed... I would have fallen... Yeah, I would have fallen from the high jump kick, and then the hail would have killed my Milotic.
Wow, that's crazy. If you think about it.
So that's, you know...
He still would have lost.
Yeah, but like, he could have lost... He could have lost... I had... The mouse was still alive, I think. No, that was the one thing that died. I had an injured Ninetales. I had a full HP Durant. And I had Dual Blade full HP.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it was game. It was game.
Alright, I was about to say, big game. I was like, nah.
Nah, not with what he had. Plus, his Drampa was slow. I mean, it was designed for Trick Room.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I had that, but still, way to go, Steven B. Maybe you know what you need for Trick Room? Also, priority. Because priority helps you when your Trick Room's not up, and it also helps you when your Trick Room is up.
A fake out goes a long way, bro.
Fake out goes a huge distance. But that brings us to our next, and I don't think it's the final. We're going to do all the last matches that weren't streamed. So
Okay.
I think that brings us to you, and then is that it? Is that the last one? Yeah, it's just you. Because we did Steven versus Justin. We did Mike versus Brian. So it's your match next. Which I don't know. Can you think you could take your team?
Yeah, man. I
Got that?
guess the
I got it
heart
queued up.
eyes.
Yeah, I got the original hard eyes queued up. So I'll take
Classic.
Jay Wade first. Jay Wade's been kind of going for. He's got an interesting squad here. It looks like it could go Trick Room, but it also is fast. So like weird. Chlorophyll, Vileplume with Ninetales. He's been trying to lead that a lot lately, so I'm assuming he's gonna lead it again. And so he's bringing that, which we know what those things do. Vileplume has access to some pretty cool attacks. It also gets free solar beam off the sun and the double speed. I mean, Grimmsnarl is just good as fuck in general. It can set up screens, can prankster, thunder wave, and it's actually pretty powerful too. And Spirit Break is a really good move. Honestly, it's not a bad special attacker either with stuff like Snarl. Like Stab Snarl, which just boosts your special defense if you have light screen up. Like, imagine. Anyway, he's got his Rillaboom that he got from Jordan. Rillaboom put some good work in on Jordan's team. I'm not sure how it's going to do on Jay Wade's team. We'll see. I think it took some L's so far, but yeah. Passimian, probably Defiant. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he could have the pass ability, which I think is awesome. Actually, people is a low key ability that a lot of people don't really know how to use. I think it's really cool in doubles, especially if you have like an almost dead Pokemon. You get the free switch in into the free passive. Like, I mean, if his Ninetales was gonna die, he could reset Sun. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things he can do with that. But he's probably going Defiant with just basic stuff like knockoff. And then his, god damn it, his Aromatisse that he doesn't even treat right. Girl, come home.
Yeah, man. It wasn't the best week for old Aromatisse, unfortunately. My team, I was just like, he's either gonna lead Grimmsnarl, most likely, Aromatisse. I was just like, what does he want to lead? I was like, he can maybe lead Aromatisse, Grimmsnarl, and then Ninetales.
That would have been Aromatisse, Grimmsnarl. That's a beefy lead.
That would have been a beefy lead. I was like,
also if you have Steel though, that would
be on your ass. I was like, okay, two things gonna happen, right? I was like, I'm gonna put taunt on them. I don't even think I put taunt on this Meowstic. I have to double check. But I was like, I'm gonna fake out Grimmsnarl. I'm gonna Dynamax Arcanine regardless of what happens.
like no matter what.
I promise you, I was like, listen. No, I don't even.
Because if you're looking at that team, like, there's literally no reason not to max your Arcanine.
Exactly, because I felt like I'm like, what on this team can stop it? Because I'm like, I was running Flare Blitz, Iron Head, and Extreme Speed. So it's like, if I get a boost from the Max Steel Spike, then we're really gonna have some fun. And I'm like, let's see what happens. So that was my thought process going in. So I'll stick with the fake out, Surfetch, my favorite Pokemon personally.
Surfetch, honestly, Surfetch is pretty fucking cool. Like,
thank you.
It's growing on me, man.
Brick Break was on it just because if he did set up screens, just want to crush him as soon as possible. I keep bringing good old Celebi, but she doesn't get that much playing time. It's just never really the right time.
That's kind of like her curse, honestly.
Yeah, like. She was just there.
She doesn't have a really crazy move pool. Like, they need to do some favors for her in the move pool department.
I forgot, because I have 3 different ones. I forgot what this one is. I'll probably remember it later. But had the Duraludon,
What's
Just
good with that
for
Dreadlon? You know, like you trying to trade it?
no, I don't think so.
Alright, word,
Dragon was
yeah.
there for Matisse, Grim Snarl. I knew it wasn't gonna be like simple, just like everything's gonna die in one hit, because I'm just like his squad is so bulky, so I was just like I'm just trying to get as much damage as possible. Because again, I was like, there's nothing that's gonna Dynamax except for Arcanine. It's like I was like,
There's no reason not to.
something really crazy happens. I brought the Rodent Fence, shut down his physical attackers, and also to like just get I noticed he didn't have that many answers for flying types also, so it's just like, you know, in Air Slash every now and then could go a long way. And then lastly, the Arcanine was probably the star of the show. Intimidate. This one was max attack, max HP.
Ooh, max HP. You know what that
Yeah.
translates to in Dynamax language, like.
That you know what's crazy? I noticed it during the match and I was mad at it. So when you that Arcanine, I brought this one simply because me and Jay Wade faced off in playoffs. And he knocked me out, and that was the Arcanine that I brought last season. So I was like, you know what? It's time for redemption. But what I forgot is that you have to feed candies to the Pokemon so that their Dynamax HP goes up.
Yeah.
And I noticed it, and I was like, why is this thing so low? I was like, oh.
Because he doesn't have his max level up.
Exactly, and I was mad because if I had it max, I'd probably.
Yeah.
Oh well, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, are you ready? Because I can
Yeah,
queue it up. All right, hang on. Let me switch over to results. This is the last one before the final replay, guys. Jay versus Jay Wade results. Boom. There it is. Clean 4-0. That's 2 4-0s in a row.
Thanks, man. You know, I'll be quick. Thing that probably hurt Jay Wade was his lead. Even he was like, I should have led like Pacific.
Wait a second. What lead was it?
He led Ninetales and Vileplume, and then
Wait.
I led Arcanine.
Who could have guessed?
Right. So again, my plan was I'm Dynamax and Arcanine regardless. So whatever happens, happens. Once I saw that sun go up, I was like, okay. I Dynamax and I targeted the Vileplume because I faked out the Ninetales. So I was like, I'm gonna deal with you next. I'm gonna deal with you next. He switched out the Vileplume, and then Aromatisse came in, and then Arcanine O-coded with Flare. And
because
by
the
that
sun.
Point, yeah, and then at that point, I was just like, okay, he brought in Grimmsnarl. He set up screens, and I got the Iron Head. But again, what happened was since I wasn't max HP as I would be in Dynamax, he was able to KO Arcanine. I think he was able to KO something else. This Meowstic. But yeah, hacks hurt him. I'm not gonna lie. He tried to go for a Will-O-Wisp on Surfetch that missed, unfortunately.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah, that was a huge miss. He missed a Heat Wave too, I believe. And then at the end, when it was just his I think it was just like the Rillaboom. It was because his Vileplume had used Sleep Powder on my Surfetch. I had 4 Pokemon left. It was Surfetch and Rotom on the field. So Surfetch had Brave Bird, so I was waiting for it to wake up, to be honest. But I went for the Air Slash, and Rillaboom still had a decent amount of chunk of HP left, and I did crit, and the crit killed, unfortunately.
You see what Steven said?
I just think his lead was just off. I think he played well. Later in the match, he had Dynamax Specimen, and that put in a lot of work.
Oh, Defiant for the Arcanine.
Yeah, he had Defiant, and he even said like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but it happens. We all make mistakes.
And that brings us to the last match of the night, which TJ finally was able to. Damn, TJ is a big file. Hang on. All right. And he got the timing wrong. We are gonna have to coordinate timing on this one.
Damn, from the Wycom screen.
From the Wycom, dude.
I'm recording at the Wycom screen.
So. Yeah. Yo, 3 minutes deep, like.
Yeah, bro. Look, local communication.
Yo. click to 3 minutes exactly, like 3 minutes on the top.
Look, he's putting in the link battle code.
Dude, I skipped already. All right, you can't see it. You can't see that on the stream.
This is hilarious. I'm literally watching like this whole sequence.
All right, so
Alright, wait, hold on. We're at where?
we're at 3 minutes on the dot.
Okay, give me a second. Okay.
All right, so this is TJ's team versus Reese. Now, like, let me say some shit about this. Like, TJ's team right here versus Reese's team, it's like pretty good match. It's like really strong matchup here.
You think so?
Yeah, there's a lot of
Really?
things that let me,
I don't know about
dude,
that
bro,
much.
like I can guarantee you, there's some moments in here that you're gonna be like, what if he, so, Reese, you know, you can handle him. I guess I'll take TJ's team. TJ didn't have anybody make Pokemon. He just adjusted other sets, which is interesting. I mean, that's one way to do it, since everybody else has the juice. Speaking of, I think I owe you and Dan some juice. I got to get on that. What? Who's that? Oh, I thought like Steven has snuck in the chat. Anyway, so he brings this Curse White Herb set on his Hitmonlee, which does like Unburden shenanigans, which is pretty cool. And then this is Neutralizing Gas regular wheezing, because it has access to that now, and that's pretty dope. Neutralizing Gas is mad broken. It shuts down weather immediately. It doesn't matter what the speed of the Pokemon is. Shuts down all abilities. Like, if wheezing comes in, nobody's abilities go off. It doesn't matter when they were there or what. However, when he leaves the field, they immediately come out. So, like, that's the caveat there.
That's a double-edged sword, though. Especially
but it's also for yourself too, like, because you can like for instance, it cancels out his contrary, but if he switches it out and then does superpower, he gets the contrary boost, and then he can switch back in and already, you know what I mean? Like, there's like mad mind games with it, but
I do, but I just feel like with his team, like, it's just too risky, especially when you have like Rotom with Levitate. You know, the reason why Darmanitan is such a force with like in this metagame is because of, like, you know, the whole
guerrilla tactics
thing with guerrilla tactics and it going first, and then like you also have the Wishy Washy, which without its ability is like, it's
so like you just got to be, well, all right, so like you have to watch, but it's a good match. Honestly, I think that the best match would have been I Am Kid Sid versus Justin, but we didn't get that replay, so this is the best match of the week. But so he has the Rotom with the choice specs, which does a lot of work against a lot of Reese's Pokemon, but also Reese's Pokemon can do a lot of work to Rotom Heat. I think Reese's team is really centered around baiting Darmanitan and shutting it down as fast as possible, which is pretty evident with the Pokemon that he has there. And the typings. Also, you don't have to, if he's got something like Ferrothorn out on his team, like, people are just going to prep for Ferrothorn and he might never bring it. That's classic Reese. So definitely TJ had Ferrothorn in mind, and obviously Reese didn't bring it, so he's like, whoa, kind of shakes him up. That's a newbie loss right there. But he's got the Wishy Washy, which, I mean, you know, I've never been a big fan of Wishy Washy. I wish that it just had its multi-form, you know what I mean, a different ability. But whatever. And then we got the Malamar, who is actually really cool. It's got Contrary, obviously, Life Orb, so it's a cool Pokemon. That brings us to Arisa's team. You want to take that?
Arisa's team is scary, man. Like,
always.
I know, like, everyone's, you know, I remember earlier, like, looking on Friday in the chat, I was joking around. I was like, are y'all still scared of Arisa season 5? But man, like, there's a lot of hidden gems. I think he's really, like, you know, just.
That's his specialty.
I think he's trying them out and just trying to, like.
I mean, at this point in the season, that's what you should be doing. You know what I mean? Like, trying out the riskier plays that your score can change later in the season, but also, like, Arisa, if anybody, is someone who knows how to try them out right, you know?
The issue with, like, the reason why I said that for TJ, I'm not too about the matchup, is because you look at the Neutralizing Gas, and you're like, okay, he's not going to be able to, you know, set up any, you know, sun. The thing is, man, is that it just takes like Dynamax is such a crazy mechanic that it just takes one move to just set up weather, and then it's like you go off. Now, Orisa's Torkoal under the sun, Darmanitan under the sun already do a stupid amount of work with Eruption, Heat Wave, things like that. Stone Joiner has an ability called Power Spot, right? What Power Spot does is that it increases an ally Pokemon's attack by 30%.
Wow.
Right? So under the sun with a Stone Joiner it's so bulky, it just like I don't want to say it's bulky because it's special. Its special defense stat is like 20, and I'm not joking. It's really 20.
How much is
And
its HP stat?
Its HP stat is 100. It has 125.
So even
attack,
with that,
135
I mean, 20 is pretty bad, but like he could probably still eat a special attack though.
Yeah, and you could definitely like throw an assault vest on it just to be safe. I think that's what Reese did. But having that thing out is a big threat, and it hits really hard. Like that's basically 125 attack and 135 defense. So that thing is definitely an answer for like Darmanitan if put in the right situation.
That's what I'm saying. Like this whole team is kind of like an answer for Darmanitan. Which I mean, when you have a force like Guerrilla Tactics.
Yeah, man, you have to take those extra steps no matter what. And then he has the Maractus, which I'm assuming is Storm Drain, just to get some speed on his side. It could be Storm Drain, but I feel like Chlorophyll is gonna be the play because I think he probably wants the Gastrodon with Storm Drain to protect. He has half of his team is weak to some kind of water. Fortunately, TJ only brought
Maractus also has Storm Drain access.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm the. Do you really want to Storm Drain Maractus? Like,
yeah.
Especially if you have like Gastrodon in the same squad. Like,
I'm saying like, all right. Well, yeah, you could go Chlorophyll. We'll see. You ready?
Did I miss anything? Oh, and then he has the Prankster.
Riola, yeah.
Let's run Copycat on it. I remember when you were just like a couple weeks ago, we were just like playing around. Like I remember he was like copycatting a lot. I forgot what else.
What exactly does Copycat do?
Pretty much, is so like if you move first, like let's say I copycat your like Ninetales, right? The move that you press, I'm gonna use it pretty much.
Damn.
Yeah. So depending on the situation, like. That could be clutch. Like you're trying to set up screens and you don't have like a screen setter that could be a way to set up screens.
So it has a lot of implications in general.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so you ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, go! We're off at 3 minutes. We gotta watch this whole little I'm sure he's gotta pick his fucking Pokemon. Alright, so now he's just gazing at his team now. Trying to, I guess, collect his thoughts about it. What way are we going to go with this?
Yeah, I know this. I know some guys have like notebooks that they write things down. Like me personally, I always have like my laptop when I battle, just because I forget what's on the enemy team, and as I kill them, I just cross them.
You can actually check that shit now.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, I forgot. Like,
yeah,
I'm so not
I actually forget
doing
too.
That,
yeah,
like, I don't know.
I forget about that shit too, but you can check. Like, that's the quality of life. But then they fucking put this timer on there.
Yeah, that sucks. So it doesn't give you them how much time to like collect your thoughts either.
Shit.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
But fuck toxic stall.
Yeah.
All you gonna suffer now, bitches.
Yeah, fuck stalling. Max them out and duke it and beat them till your fucking faces are bloody. Alright. TJ with the OK card, Reese with the thoughtful card.
What the hell are you wearing?
He's wearing that Carlton James, bro.
You got the white gloves? Hold on. Okay. Where's Waldo?
Shiny, 1 square, 1 non.
Ooh.
Also, 1 shiny, square. Or no, not regular. Alright.
Ugly, bro.
Alright. So, already he's got advantage here. Check this out. You can kind of see that Maractus has no reason, like, he's not scared. Like, Maractus is doing nothing to your Pokemon. If he double targeted the Torkoal hole here, game over. is game. But instead, he goes for the Maractus target, which Maractus is there to bait. That's like Maractus's whole purpose here in the beginning of the early match, is there to bait. And also, Sun is not out, and Chlorophyll is not working, and Levitate also is not working. So there's some implications
so that
there.
Earth power is about to hit crazy.
Right.
If that, I'm
So
assuming
he
that
volt
Torkoal has Earth
switches.
power.
Check us out. If he had done Sludge Bomb on that Torkoal, it would have killed.
Oh, true. I agree.
But he targets the Maractus. So he switches in Malamar. It's unfortunate. Sludge Bomb goes off, doesn't hit anything because of the spiky shield. But he's still in a good spot.
Heat Wave? Earth power on the Wheezing?
It was gonna go on the canceled out Levitate. But he didn't forget about it. So now he's targeting again. No, target the Torkoal. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
he went for the Rock Slide though.
I know, but like,
that Torkoal is so like physically bulky.
Bro,
so
it's like don't take the risk, because if it's dead, you're gonna hit the Maractus anyway.
Is Reese gonna switch out right here?
I think he is switching out his Maractus, I believe. Because, like, it's kind of dead in the water now. If he did target it with Sludge Bomb, which he did, it would die.
He needs to get that Wheezing out of there, though, to be honest.
Yeah, so he withdraws the Maractus for a better play field, getting out the Stormjourner, whose ability is also canceled, so it doesn't matter right now. And then he withdraws the Torkoal in case he can handle this Wheezing later on. Now, check this out. No, he should have Sludge Bomb double target! So, busts out the Rock Slide, does a little thing on the Darmanitan, Malamar takes some HP hits, and then the Sludge Bomb does nothing to the Stormjourner. It could have killed the D-Mantan, though.
Would have been a big threat out the way.
And he should have Will-O-Wisped the Stormjourner here. But he doesn't. He doesn't Will-O-Wisp the Stormjourner, which is fine, whatever. No big deal. He goes for the attack.
You get that Wheezing out of there, though.
Oh, yeah, Reese does. Yeah, because neutralizing gas, bro.
That's such a good ability. I feel like right now.
Dude, he's really showing off this ability. Like,
that did a lot of damage. This Stormjourner is about to hit a crazy earthquake.
Yeah, so
I don't know what Reese is about to send in, but it has, or like something. I don't know what it's gonna.
So he got one kill though. Sucks for Malamar. But actually, like, TJ's in a pretty good fucking spot. Like,
he is, but you can't leave Wheezing out for that long,
dude.
If you're not gonna like.
I think I feel like that's a Reese's thought process too. Here is like, he's not gonna leave that shit out here. You know what I mean? Especially after this. So the Sludge Bomb goes off, does almost nothing to the Gastron, but gets the poison.
Oh, that's clutch.
Really clutch. I just watched this earlier today, so. I seen it.
And now you need to get the Wheezing F up. because like, as soon as that Wheezing goes down, it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, and the implications of that are crazy. Alright, so now he's like, I'm gonna bring in the Wishy-Washy. I don't know, personally, I don't know what I'd bring in here. Like, Darmanitan, yeah, but you shut down your guerrilla tactics already. But that's why he has the choice band, I think, so it can still do.
I would have put in Hitmonlee. I would have kept Darmanitan.
Yeah, because Darmanitan, you gotta have him for the back end, for like the sweeping.
But then I would have taken out Wheezing for fucking Rotom Heat. So I'm just like, what if he goes for another stomping tantrum?
So you always have the option for protect for baiting, which he does do here. And I think that's smart too, because like you can switch him out the next turn too. So he gets the protect bait, and he protects it against the earthquake, which I guess he could have just swapped it out for the Rotom Heat, but then Rotom would have been weak to earth power. Well, I mean, yeah. All right, that would have been smart.
Has Levitate, is what I'm saying. Oh, I mean,
if he did the rock slide, I bet he was calling that. Yeah, because Rotom Heat would have taken a fat L to that rock slide.
That's a fact.
And instead, Darmanitan takes a fat L to that rock slide, whereas Hitmonlee Probably would have
That's what I'm
survived. Like, he probably would have survived, and then he would have got a fucking fighting move off.
Hitmonlee hits hard as fuck too.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
it was a bad choice, but it's cool. Now he's gonna bring him in when he should have brought him in earlier. Just bring him in, bro. Stop fucking around, man. Like,
He has a power herb on it.
he has a white herb,
A white herb, yeah.
so the curse can go off and reset his ability and get the unburden. But you know, it's a cute strategy. I don't know about great. And he chooses the Gastrodon, which is smart. He basically has the playing field to his advantage right now with the poison Gastrodon and stuff. Stonejoiner is they're both slower than these Pokemon, so he's gonna go first. He kind of has and switching in would be kind of silly, so he has advantage here.
This match is really, really interesting. I don't know who won.
Honestly, if he had fucking so if he had
Stonejoiner's
faked
fast.
out the Stonejoiner, he could have.
Fast. But
Yeah, it's fast. I mean, it's fast enough. It outsped that Weezing.
I think. Wait, let me see how much HP did trying to see how much HP this Gastrodon had. Oh, it would have died.
Yeah.
Like if he would have faked, as you said, he would have faked out the Stonejoiner, doing for Sludge Bomb on the Gastro.
It would have died.
Wow.
But then the Gastro could have got Earth Power off on the Weezing, which could have been bad.
Nox, I think Weezing's faster than Gastron.
I know, but it wouldn't have killed until the poison. I don't think.
A Sludge Bomb?
Because you were looking at his HP after the fake out.
Oh, true, probably.
All right, now Darmanitan's out. This is dangerous territory. Again, see how he gets baited in. He's getting all right. This right here, dude. He did this to you already. You've seen the spiky shield. Target the D-Tan. If he targets the D-Tan with the sludge bomb, he could possibly kill it, and that would have been a double target. All right, and this is where Reese is. Yeah, obviously on the Darmanitan, he's like, I gotta go for this. Like he needs a momentum shift because technically
he has to get the sun up too. So
yeah,
that's another thing.
And technically, TJ's been kind of running shit. So
yes, I'm surprised.
If he targeted the Darmanitan with Sludge Bomb here, check us out.
I don't think it would have killed though.
Watch this. Just watch.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't kill. But the point is, it wasn't the point to kill this turn. It was the point to kill like a later turn, which because it ends up surviving longer than would have been necessary. And he already saw the Maractus do this bait. Like he saw the bait already. So now, nothing doing. He's at a real disadvantage. But Sun is up, so Rotom Heat can do some work.
No, because about to get hit by that fucking Max Quake because he can't levitate. That's what I'm saying. Like, Weezing had no purpose being out this one because now the Max Quake is gonna hit the Rotom, and now the Darmanitan is about to be pretty much.
Look. Kid switches out.
God, oh my God, fine.
You see, he's not dumb.
Right,
now he's going for the Max Flare, and you still should have done a Max Electric on the Darmanitan.
I would have Max Lightning there. Yeah, that's not worth it, huh?
Bro, you gotta candle this Darmanitan. Sheer Force is up now, but I guess it doesn't matter on Dynamax.
Not that matters. That matters. Because now, even the resisted hits are gonna do a ton of damage.
Yeah, but Sheer Force's implications are negated because of the D-Max moves.
Oh yeah, you're right. I would have went for the Max Lightning.
I'm saying, if he had done Max Lightning, he probably could have killed it.
It's a big ass oven.
Or not even Max Lightning.
Yeah, I was saying that HP only went from 125 to 7.
Yeah, he could have just done Specs.
Ooh, a Reese with the read.
Boom, survives.
Oh, wow.
So if he had done Max Lightning here, he shut down his own Sun. So if he had done Max Lightning though, he might have killed that Darmanitan. Instead, the Maractus survives. You see, that's the whole purpose of this Maractus, is to distract you. See what I'm saying? Like, TJ fell for the Maractus trap every single time. Every time. And if he had done Max Lightning, the sand would have broken that sash.
I would have used Hydro Pump, to be honest. Like, Earthquake works too. I'm pretty sure.
Well, he has sun up, so like.
Oh,
yeah.
that's not gonna do.
Yeah, so he goes for the
a school form. Oh yeah, that's the.
All right. Does he lose his schooling, or no? That happens at the end of the turn. All right, so he goes for the Max Flare. It's blocked. That was a good read, I guess. Earthquake goes off. But see, if he had done the Sludge Bomb on the Darmanitan earlier, even if it had survived from the Sludge Bomb, that would have killed it.
Oh, wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, TJ had this match.
Yeah.
He got outplayed.
Agree.
He got outplayed.
Mm-hmm.
And the Maractus was the key outplaying point. Like, that Maractus was bait the whole time.
That little bastard.
I know, right? He got baited every single time.
I hate Maractus, bro. I don't know. There's something about it. I just don't like it, to be honest.
And now he's definitely not outspeeding. I mean, this Rodham's dead in the water.
Me and Maractus have like a feud.
I feel it. Darmanitan still alive. Giga Drain gonna basically kill the Wishy-Washy. Yeah, it kills it.
Yep.
I told him, I was like, if you had had a couple more protects, you might have been able to turn some shit around.
You know what also sucks is that I think his Rotom. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say I thought that
There it goes.
his Rotom was a Scarf, but it's actually Choice Specs.
Yeah, but it's pretty much. It would have killed if he had left it.
Yeah,
Well, no, specs get negated. Choice items get negated in max, but he could have actually just not maxed it and done like a Volt Switch or something into it.
He should have maxed out Weezing, to be honest.
That too, even. You know what I mean? Like, and now he chooses the Sludge Bomb, the Darmanitan, when Maractus could have get killed this whole time. Like,
he's about to switch out. I'm pretty sure Reese is about to be like, nah.
Yeah, he's like, fucking, I'm not gonna take that point. And it's a Steel type. Come on. Imagine if he had read that with a Fire Blast.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. But I think it's just fighting type. Yeah, it's just
Oh,
fighting type.
damn.
Baby. That still did a lot of fucking damage.
If he had used the Sun's boost, he would have killed either of these Pokemon.
He about to use Copycat.
Just, yeah, so it's pretty much game here. I mean, it is game. There's nothing that Teach can do to stop this. But I think he gets a better score than, he would have ended up with. He could have won. He could have won the whole fucking thing.
Oh yeah, there were numerous times where he could have won this game.
And like that's why I'm happy about this, because like yeah, he took the L, but it wasn't a bad L, and it was he actually had it. Like if he had done it right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you watch these things and you learn from them. Spiky Shield baiting again. He goes for the Howl for the boost.
Reese is petty, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, Reese is so petty. That's funny.
Fire Blast. He predicts it. He goes he's like, nah, man, we're you're gonna win, but
exactly.
Not like that.
I mean, he still has a chance.
And the neutral gas is still out here, bruh. Like, shutting it down.
He's about to come out, Torkoal?
Yeah.
Sludge Bomb that?
I mean, it's too late. He could have killed the Torkoal turn 1. He could have killed the Torkoal turn 1 if he had predicted right. But, whatever. It is what it is. That's what it is, yeah. It's gone now. I mean, it's game. Like, peace out. GG's. After you. Look at that. Oh, Torkoal graciously accepts the kind offer.
Oh, that's nasty.
Earth Power. Peace.
I'm not gonna have a fun time this week. I already know.
You play Aris?
Yeah.
So, check this out. TJ has been losing a lot. He's got 1 win under his belt. There goes the drought after the neutralizing gas goes down. He's had 1 win under his belt, unfortunately. But he has played me, Zach. Then he played J Wade. Now he played Reese. And the
That's a lot
next
of
week,
hitters out
the
the way.
next week, he plays Mike.
That's a lot of heavy hitters out the way.
So he plays like literally the top 4 players before week 7, before midseason. He gets everybody out of the way before the bad shit goes down, before the big teams get bigger. You know what I mean? Like, and he learns a lot too. Like, he did really well there. He could have had it. So I think that this was a good learning experience for him, and that's why that gained last match.
I look at week 6, my guy.
Oh yeah,
Look at
let's
week
pull up
6.
week 6. So that would be.
I bold some of these names of the victors. Fun fact: all of the rookies lost this week.
Oh.
For the veterans.
I like that fact.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Hey, go Vets. Let's go Vets. All right, week 6. You know what? I think I might be able to. No, I don't want to fuck with that right now. So week 6, we got Brian versus Dan. So 2 MD players. They know each other personally. And Brian has a good team, but he's been doing kind of bad. But he did a little bit better. You know, I think he beat a Reese. So. He beat a Reese. So that's pretty good. That's big stuff. But he's going up against Dan now. Dan's has a good pedigree under his belt, and he's got a really good team. So we'll see how that goes. Oh man, I just gave Dragapult Auroraville. I didn't even think about the implications of that.
Oh yeah, nice one.
So
It's
that's
okay.
That sucks. Maybe Dan can actually do something with it. No, I'd probably choke. All right, Reese versus Jay.
Jesus Christ. Damn, Ian, that was petty as fuck.
Yo, that's my only setting.
Yeah, man. The homie Reese, man. We sparred a lot during like the weeks leading up to the draft. It was cool.
You sparred recently too, didn't you, with the Riolu and stuff?
What? Yeah, that was like week 2. I think that was like the week after like we got our team.
Nice.
Usually, I have an idea of what my opponent. Every time, I have no idea. So if I'm being completely honest, but I'll be ready. You know.
I think that's how to plan for a Reese, is to not plan for him. Plan for your team to do stuff.
Honestly, I'm just gonna bring a whole bunch of random.
Right. See what happens.
I'm gonna bring something that's on the wire. I'm like, is that me bringing Drake?
Hey, I got that Arctazol.
You know,
Arctazol, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm joking. But
I'm borrow Como.
Jay Wade against his homie Steven. Who do you have in that matchup? I got Jay Wade.
I got Steven. Steven actually already has a better. He already has a better score. The dude was like top 4 this week already. Even though he just lost, but.
Yeah, but I'm like, let me see. Jay Wade had to face Reese. Jay Wade had to face
me.
You. He had to face Mike. He had to face Brian. He had to face TJ and.
Oh wait, he hasn't faced me yet.
Yeah, let me see. Who did he beat?
He beat Brian.
He beat Brian. Okay, but he lost to Reese, then he lost to Mike. He lost to me, and then he won against Brian. Yes, I mean, I think he's gonna be.
Dude, when do I play Jay Wade? Dude,
probably after midseason.
I played Jay Wade in week 12, 1 week before playoffs, and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, I beat you in, oh
yeah." Oh, I beat you. I
beat you, and you took all that shit all the time. All right, so Justin versus Zach.
I got Zach. I know that the homie was, fighting a sickness this week, so I'm pretty sure he'll be okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Zach only because Justin be getting reckless in the DMs on these trade reports. He'll be like, yo, if it ain't Dragapult, I don't want it. It'll be like, how about this? You can have any of my bottom 4 Pokemon for your top 4. some shit like that. So I'm gonna take
That's
Zach
funny.
in that trade off. No offense, Justin. I like you. You're a good new player. I hope you win actually, but I'm gonna take Zach in the betting matches.
I got Mike against TJ, so
I'm
that
gonna
if Mike
risk it all.
if Mike wins, he's gonna be in a way better mood than after he loses.
Oh, because you play him next week. Well, listen. Here's the deal. I'm taking TJ in that one because of how well he did against Reese, but also because like I really just I'm living on a prayer on that one, man. Like I just like
I also will say that I do feel like Arise's team that he brought this week was really focused on their abilities, which is what I think he struggled.
it was a little because he did have chlorophyll on that once. Because when you notice when he removed the neutralizing gas and the sun was set up, the Maractus instantly was faster. He set up, so he had chlorophyll. He was there to set up Sun 2 to help Torkoal do more damage, and Store Joiner was there to do more damage with Torkoal too. Like I think it wasn't necessarily that he wasn't focused on abilities, but it was just that his team is so good that it didn't fucking matter. I mean, Storm Drain was there for a very obvious reason. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I just felt like, you know, I agree with everything you said, but I just do feel like Arise needs a lot of those abilities to like get his team to where like how he wants to function.
Yeah, that neutralizing gas was just like
was put in so much work. With Mike's team was just raw power. Just, you know, like the abilities, of course, are threatening, but it's like,
oh yeah, let me look at Mike's team.
Rhyperior doesn't really rely on.
Solid Rock is pretty big.
It is, but I'm just like with.
And
Dynamax
he uses it. He uses it to support Togekiss with Lightning Rod sometimes too.
I don't see no electricity on TJ's.
What are you talking about? Rodham Heat. Rodham Heat.
Yeah, you're right.
Togedemaru.
But that's the thing though. I'm like like if he's gonna leave Rodham Heat out there with Weezing, it's not gonna be a fun time like at all. That's what I think the issue with this match was. I feel like he left Weezing out too long, and he should have pulled it out to support his other Pokemon at some point,
or at least like double targeted.
Mike, you can't make that mistake because he's gonna really make you pay for it.
Yeah, so if you're listening, TJ, listen to that advice. But again, probably, you know, I'm gonna say I'm betting on TJ, but probably on low key, probably Mike.
Bro, Haxorus is base like 147 attack, you know.
Yo, I love Haxorus actually. It's one of my boys. But anyway, damn, he's got a powerful Pokemon.
You, bro. I think Jordan's gonna whoop you.
Me, bro?
Let me tell you why, right? Because I feel like he wrote Zach, Ian, and Jay down on like a piece of paper somewhere. And he was like, all right, I got Zach now. His ass is grass. He's like, Ian's next. And you know, I faced him the last week, so it seems to be at full power. So he's like, once I catch these three,
I'm gonna hit the battle of the Jays.
Exactly. So, I don't know. You better be careful.
Listen, I'm not taking Jordan lightly at all. In fact, one of the things I like about this season so much is the meta is so fun that I want to scrimmage. And like I'm definitely gonna be scrimming this week, especially with my new team. I mean, I'm gonna look at his team. I mean, we got, you know, we haven't seen Pikachu yet, so like, you know, like I got to be ready for something like that. Pikachu's pretty cool. It's got some really cool abilities with this Gigantamax form. I mean, Sableye we haven't really seen yet. We've seen a little bit of Dusclops. He's got Poltegeist, which can hit hard as fuck. And then maybe I'll get lucky and he'll go for that Greedent shit.
Yeah, man, it's pretty much.
Yeah.
I just heard what you said. Like, I didn't hear what you said. It didn't register. I would also like to announce for the viewers that our fellow commentator, who's also the co-CEO of the group, Zach, has recently posted on the Facebook page that he is ready to present the PLC Circuit Series for 2020. All the information
why are you always trying to steal
found
thunder?
In the PLC Discord. I will put the link to our Facebook page in the Twitch chat.
You can also click, if you go to our social tab on our Twitch page, you can click any of those links. It'll take you to our Discord, it'll take you to our Facebook, our YouTube, and our Twitter accounts. So if you click any of those links in our social tab, you'll be able to go to our Facebook to join us, or to our Discord to join the Circuit Series, which is open to all comers as far as I'm aware.
Indeed, there is a specific set of rules for the Circuit Series, as there is the regular season. So if you are interested, please, come in. We don't bite, and just be sure to read the rules. Let's just have a good time.
Oh man. We're closing up the stream. Sorry, TJ just texted. He's like, "Am I being called out?"
Am I being called out?
Yeah, bro, you were getting called out. Sorry.
A little bit.
We're ending the stream though, right now. So that is the end of week 5. We just told you about what's coming in week 6. There's some cool, really cool matches to look out for. TJ has the last, I think, of the big 4. He played Zach, right? Let me see. TJ versus me. TJ versus Zach. Yeah. So that's the last of the big 4. If that's what you want to call us, that's what I've been calling us for him next week. So if he can win against Mike, then he will have beaten one of the big 4, and he can go into the rest of the season. I hesitate to say on a downslope, because all other players have all beaten the big 4. I've lost to. I consistently lose to Jay, all the time. So it's not that the rest of the season is going to be easy. It's just that the rest of the season for him should get marginally easier, and he'll be a little bit of a more prepared player. So if he can beat Mike, great. If he doesn't, fine, because he only had to worry about those 6 weeks, and then he goes into the rest of the shit. Yeah, and especially after mid-season, who knows what the teams are going to look like after mid-season? We don't even know what we're looking at. All right.
I think we all know.
That Incineroar, baby. All right, so no, he's not coming. Neither is Tyranitar. Sorry, Mike. Yeah, big oofs. So we will see you guys next week for that stream. And then we're closing in on the mid-season bye week. When we get to the mid-season bye week, we will not be doing any stream. And the week before the mid-season bye week, I need to probably elect somebody to stream for me, which hopefully will be Steven, or I Am Kid Sid if he's available to host the stream, because I will be in Ireland during that time. I'm gonna do, yeah, I know, right? I'm getting to Ireland. I'm gonna do a quick little video after this that I'm gonna post to the Facebook page explaining how the mid-season works. I'll do that later. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. As always, I've had what?
I was like, yeah, bro, you're doing it early.
Yeah, it's a little early. Yeah, so. As always, I'd like to thank my co-host Jay. It's always a pleasure to have you, aka the Cleaner, aka Big Boss. And then,
always glad to be here. I was like, bro, having him going in by himself again. Like,
yeah,
wow.
It's all good, I was ready for it, but I appreciate you coming in to save me. Anyway, as always, it's been me, the CEO. Biggest asshole in the league. I'll see you guys next week for Pokemon League Championship Week 6. Peace out.